Greetings, boys and ghouls, and welcome to the Halloween special. Okay, so for those of you who are new to the channel, we do a Series A, which is a fantasy series, and Series B, which is a bit more of your sort of down-to-earth, standard CK2 map with a twist to it. So that's our online series. Now, Series A has been kind of not been going on for quite some time, because I've been racking my brain thinking, what the hell are we going to play for Series A? Because we've kind of done the Elder Kings and Game of Thrones to death. Don't worry, we'll be going back to those, but I kind of want a bit more of a break from them to start off with. So I kind of looked at, certain mods that we haven't really touched on, seeing what, Geheimnisnacht was like, Witcher Kings was like, and then I settled on a mod that we have briefly played before on the channel, but it was back when the channel was in its infancy, back when I was just a wee babby, sticking my head up across the parapets that is YouTube gaming, didn't really know what I was doing, and that mod is the World of Darkness mod. So we're going to be taking a look at this one, vampires and werewolves and underground supernatural plotting and all sorts of crazy things. This is a total conversion in the most literal sense of the word, in that everything about the game is completely different. This is not so much a map of Europe as it is a map of the underground, sort of hidden crime syndicates, things like that. You'll see as we go ahead here. Now, word of warning, I don't have much experience with the World of Darkness, like not at all. I haven't read any novels, I haven't played many of the games. I've seen a little bit of, well, I do remember years ago playing a little bit of Bloodlines to Masquerade, but besides that, I have no clue. And that's partially what put me off when we played it last time. We only played it for a few episodes, but since then the mod has come a very, very long way, and, the channel's come a long way, so we're going to see what we can do with this one, see if I can give it a bit more of a fair shake this time. So, this is the world of Darkness to start off with. So these, like I said, these states are not really representations of the country. So this is not a representation of the independent country of Barcelona or Castile or Asturias. This is actually more of a representation of the vampire influence within that area. So the influence of this particular character being whatever her name is. I'm not going to try and say that because I'll offend everyone. So we're going to play as, hopefully, a very small, low-tier vampire and work our way up, whether it takes 10 years, whether it takes 100 years, work our way up through the vampire social ladder, becoming stronger. I know that there are mechanics like Diablerie, which is, eating stronger vampires and gaining their powers. There's a huge amount of magic systems. The whole plotting thing has been overhauled. All the intrigue systems have been overhauled. There's so much to see with this mod, and it's going to take a little bit of probably getting into, but I think this is the perfect choice for Series X. It's something I don't know particularly well, but it's got a lot to offer. It's got a lot on the table. So, fingers crossed I can do it some justice this time. So I had a look at what some of the vampire clans were about. So this lady, for example, is La Sombra, a high clan of vampires. There are high clans, low clans. Low clans being the more feral ones, so I think there are like Gangrel and Nosferatu, bit more of the animalistic side of ones, whereas the high clans are the ones that are a bit more civilized, down to earth. So I was looking around the map, and there were some really cool vampires I saw. Don't remember what they were called. They were somewhere around here. These guys, the freaky ones, they are the noble Timothy. I have no idea how you say that. The creepy boys. I've decided that we're going to play as a creepy boy this playthrough. Now, I might make a character from scratch, specifically because all of these guys that I was looking are actually quite high-tier vampires. They're all, like Generation 7, Generation 8. They seem quite powerful. I'm sure if I dig around enough, there'll be some low-tier ones. But we're going to just pick one of these low-born boys, and we're going to customize it, and we're going to make our own one. There are a couple of things we do need to do to make sure this works correctly, but it should be, I think this will also give us a bit more investment into the character, especially as I don't know the world. Not only that, you can also play some other weird stuff as well there, so you can see there's like trolls, knockers, whatever those are, sloughs, red cap. There's some really crazy stuff to see in this one. I don't know if we have to pick the ethnicity, or whether or not we get sort of assigned it when we take on the vampire. Oh wow, there's so much to see, my god. They've done so much with it, holy shit. Okay, we won't worry about that too much. I'll just go ahead and, I guess we'll stay as the Blue Man group for the time being and hope it flips over. If not, hey, we're the Blue Man group. That's kind of cool. Okay, so the question is, what do we want to play? As Elusive Shadow to me seems like the sensible option here, given that there's a lot of intrigue and a lot of spooky vampire-related plotting that's going to be going on. We need to kind of watch our back a little bit. I feel like I kind of have to, go for Elusive Shadow. We won't pick anything crazy. We'll stick within the, I was going to say the age limit, but of course we're a vampire, so it's pretty ridiculous. Vampire Ruler Designer trait. This is a fix for immortality of vampires. We have to take that one. So what generation do we want to start with then? A very young, weak vampire. Maybe someone fresh off the boat, a brand new, little young vampire trying to work his way up the social ladder. This could be a horrible mistake. We could get killed very early, but we're going to go for that. Blood potency 1. It grows over time or through Diablerie. So Diablerie, or if you Diablerize someone, that will... Oh, it's just occurred to me. We actually technically have played one of these vampire games. We played a RimWorld mod of it. So feel free to go check out that if you want. this one allows you to, like I said, Diablo is one where you eat a higher generation vampire. So as a generation 12, if we eat anybody higher than us, then we'll become their bloodline. I'm not sure if you become their generation. So if we get a level 7 vampire, whether we become a level 7 generation, doesn't make much sense. Or whether or not we go up a generation, which I think might make more sense anyway. I want to be a Tizim in me. So these guys are apparently sadistic flesh shapers, which is why it appealed to me. I'm well up for that. And then we've got all sorts of different magical schools. You've got animalism, Auspex, celerity, dominat, I imagine that's probably pronounced dominate, bearing in mind that there's an English word that is dominate, you fool. We'll just pick something very sort of basic to start off with. Celerity. There's no reason not to take celerity 5. I'm not going to go crazy with that. I do want this to be a challenge, and I want us to sort of play the character a little bit. I've also decided to play as a male character just in case of succession-related weirdness going on while playing as a female character. Just in case there are, I don't know, punishments like there are in the base game for playing a female character or anything like that. So, now we got to come up with a name for our fella. What do vampires do? Maybe we could be like the first ever vegan sect of vampires. First name. This is always the hardest bit for me. First name and dynasty name, because this is really going to set the tone for the entirety of the rest of the series. One important mechanic I haven't touched on yet is the mechanic of the masquerade. So we're supposed to adhere to a very strict set of stealth and sort of flying under the radar, being very careful about our actions and making sure that we don't accidentally reveal vampire society to the regular world. So I thought, as for our dynasty name, we'd be, because we are Vlach, and this is a very common South-Slavic name, we've gone for Ingaround. Just a very common name there. First name, because of that, we're going to go for Sneak. So we are going to be first name, Sneak of Dynasty Ingaround. And you can sort of see why we got some fun naming choice for that. Anyway, we've gone for astute, diligent, ambitious, cynical, and erudite. So I figured if he's been turned into a vampire recently, they must have had a good reason for doing so. This guy has to be exceptional or interesting. There must be something about him to want that vampire, whoever did inflict him with vampirism, to want him in the clan. So I figured he needed some redeemable skills there. 25 intrigue. We're starting out very strong. Don't get me wrong. In fact, we might be starting out a little bit too strong. I'm going to knock ambitious on the head. 23 intrigue. I'm going to knock cynical on the head as well. There we are. Perfect. I just took those generally to boost the age up, but yeah, I can do that manually. Okay. Princess Sneak. Princess Sneak? Is that a vampire thing? Maybe that's just a vampire thing. I don't know how they... Whatever you want to call yourself, my friend. Let's do it. There we go. Okay, welcome to Princes of Darkness. I am going to read all of this tutorial for my own benefit and for those of you at home. If you want to skip over this, I'll put a timestamp on screen. I'll pin a top comment with the ability to skip it, whatever else. Because I imagine there are those of you who've played it who probably don't want to hear all this shit. New players to the mod are encouraged to read through this. Absolutely we are. I'll start. It can take a few days before everyone gains their supernatural traits. The first month will be full of death as the mod creates supernatural rulers and removes mortal ones. Cool. If you use a custom character and you do not pick the correct traits for the mod, it will not function correctly. Look at the canon character to see what the required trait setup. Hopefully, I think I've hit everything that we need there. If you pick a mortal ruler, you will die in a few days. Understandable. We hope you enjoy your time with the mod. I hope so too. Please leave us feedback on Steam or Discord. If you enjoy this, leave them feedback on Steam or Discord. Remember to rate up mods that you enjoy. Okay, so bookmark information I think is relatively... Oh, they've added something fancy. Hello, okay. So this is... Don't worry about that. It just tells you different things about the bookmark. This is the sort of main and important bookmark. This is the recommended bookmark for new players. That much I can tell you. Vampire playthrough tips. There he is, leaping on... somebody who apparently knocked off his mortarboard. They're a recent graduate. If you are playing as a vampire, it's highly suggested you use the 1230 bookmark. It plays a role in the Iberian Peninsula. Couldn't be further away. Well, we could be. As a vampire, your armies will start out small and you must build influence over the populace. So that's a fairly important feature that, like I said, we aren't a landed character more than we are a character trying to fulfill our ambitions and our wants and our needs by... gaining influence over land might be a better way to phrase it, but we kind of are a landed character, because it is CK2 after all. Without them, you are alone. Technology is overhauled and indicates your influence over the world. That's important to remember. Plots been overhauled to better reflect the world of darkness, and vampires in particular. Age and generation are important. They influence your effectiveness in battle and plots. Larger populations give vampire princes more potential influence, and larger broods of vampires. Let's continue reading about vampires. Tips for vampire playthrough. There we are, doing vampire thing. Ah ha ha! Finally, I've defeated you both at Scrabble. I don't know what else they could be doing there, hunched over. Other vampires, old vampires, sorry, are old for a reason. You should not plot against them unless you're skilled in intrigue or have competent allies who like you. Rivals very dangerous, should be dealt with as best you can. They have very limited domain and you have a very limited domain and need vassals. Don't trust them. Okay, so basic CK2 then. To be safe, expect everybody to be plotting your demise. Again, basic CK2. They probably are anyway. You can embrace mortals by right-clicking on. Ghouls can be created but cost precious blood. You should mind your bloodthirst or you become a wight. The best way to get rid of bloodthirst is to hunt or feed on mortals or wait until it goes away. Dire bloodthirst can lead to a frenzy or worse. Mind the masquerade, lest the church take an interest in your stronghold. So we have to, again, be careful about what we're doing, otherwise we're going to be burnt at the stake. Okay, Cain and the antediluvians before the flood, I think that means, as in people who are around before God flood the earth, Noah's Ark, all that stuff. So really old people cannot be diablerized. So we can't go any higher than, I would assume, 4th generation. Makes a lot of sense. Okay, cool. Continue reading. You can try and embrace Revenants phase mages and werewolves in vampires. There are lots of different ways to play this mod as well. Tremor even have a ritual for mage embrace, majesty summon, majesty entrancement. Dominate, mesmerize, and dominate conditioning are very potent tools for vampire princes. Auspex aura perception shows some hidden traits. Secret cults are very powerful. Ghouls can breed and create revenants. Hereditary ghouls. You can awaken torpid elders of your dynasty. So I know what torpid is, specifically from the Rimworld mod that we played. So that's when a vampire goes into a state of like deep hibernation, might be the best way to describe it. If you dare to do so, don't really want to piss him off. Tremory Colden, which is us. Derek Lilton, Order of Hermes Mages, can do Hermetic quests. Okay, cool. Malkavium and Nosferatu make for excellent spy masters. They sow chaos when assigned to sabotage a province. Very nice. Okay, I'm not going to remember any of that. You guys will have to remind me in the comment section. Right, I think that is everything then. Welcome to Crusader Kings 2. Thank you. You are playing as blah, blah, blah. I have no time for this. We've already read it. Okay, then. So, first things first, we're beautiful. We have transformed into our spooky vampire self. I'm pretty sure I got everything. I said, look at a canon vampire, make sure you get... So we've got Elder. Oh, we have, specifically in this case, Neonate. Recently embraced vampire that's been past the initial stages of vampiric existence, the fledgling state. Okay, so we're a new vampire. We got that one. We got a couple of abilities there. I didn't go crazy on the abilities. So we've got Vicissitude level 1, widely known for their art of flesh and bone shaping. Celerity and Vigor were free, so I just assume we take the level 1 of those. Vigor gives damage, personal combat. Celerity gives movement speed, pursuit, retreat. And then we are a Simacy. Clan of Scholars and Sadistic Flesh Shapers. So I think that's everything we need. Blood Potency 1 and 12th generation, the youngest and weakest. We're also a vampire too. Cool, okay then. So one thing I do know is that we can't gain children. We have to obviously take humans, regular old plain old humans, as our children if we want that, so that if we do die, we end up with a good character. It's essentially like the ultimate form of Tanistry or something like that. You know, you get to pick whoever your heir is, embrace them, turn her into your heir immediately. Chances are they will kill one another though, so we've got to be very careful about how we handle it. What can our religion do? High God, the eldest, evil god name, the devil. Scripture is the book of Nod. Religion allows women to hold temple honors. We can have 3 concubines. That's interesting. We can't have children, though, so I don't know why you'd ever have 3 concubines, because that just seems like more people that would kill and murder you. We can designate any valid offspring as heir. So again, ultimate Tanistry. We can raid infidel neighbors for loot. I assume most vampires, if not all of them, can do that. Right, so this is cool. They've added a sort of decadent-style system. Monthly masquerade exposure risk currently is 25%. Oh, we gain 0, but it's currently at 25%, so it's very similar to the Decadence mechanics. Should also point out, I've never really done a prolonged Islamic playthrough in CK2, so don't talk to me about Decadence, I have no idea. Okay, monthly masquerade exposure is 0%, currently 25%. Cool, that's a really nice system, that's a really good use of that. Wealth, prestige, loyalty, domain size. We are the sneak of sacks, excellent, and of course score as well. So let's take a look through our various menus here. I'll just put a timestamp up for gameplay as well if you want to skip straight to that. I just feel like we should probably get our head around some of these systems. Right, so I've let the game skip through the first month, like get advised there, so everything can be set up, and we've got ourselves a little bit of a story event by the looks of it. Ye who enter here. Eastern Europe is the traditional land of these guys, our clan, but their hegemony has been recently contested by the rise of Tremory, backed by German and Hungarian Ventru, which are 2 other clans as well. The recent war has been ended with a bitter peace treaty between Vladimir Rustovich, Voivode... oh shit, help me. Voivody of Voivodies and Jürgen von Verden... Ventru Crusader. A buffer state, the Orbertus Order has been established, headed by the broker of peace Micah Vikos. Now everyone licked their wounds. Rustovich trying to assure his control over the clan, and Hungarian Ventru solving a succession crisis with the torpor of their leader, Bulsku. To the north, the new power rises to contest the state of affairs. Karak Mongol Gangrel has unified the tribes of Lithuania under his rule, wanted to stop Christian and Ventru encroachment on his territory. Everyone knows that war is inevitable in this region until the vampire stands powerful enough to crush his rival foes and a land to be tamed. Okay, that was very difficult to pass, but everything is in a state of war. We're in a lot of war in states here. It needs unifying. And you know who's the man for the job? That's right, it's your boy sneaking around. What the hell is that? Hello? Polish Cold... Is this like the leader of Coldon or something? Powerful vampire blood? Oh my god, is that what we can become? I'm... Okay, look at that. War form created by Vicissitude Discipline. Oh, wow. Zulo form. Okay, that seems like something we definitely want to do. They've got different predator types. Only feeds on those who are asleep. And then we've also got Bloodthirst as well. Wow, this is cool. Okay. So, in that case, What's changes coming? Your unruly clan is divided, lost in petty squabbles. Destroy your foes and prove your claim as a true ruler of Tzimisce, which is how I'm assuming that's pronounced now. We have to be the Voivoidi of the Voivoides of Voivode, which is definitely how it's pronounced. We have to destroy the Fiefs of the Black Cross. We have to destroy the Tremory as well, and the Obertus Acoimentos. That was the buffer state, the people who caused the fall of places. And the Fiefs of the Black Cross, I don't really remember which one those ones are. Oh, is that the buffer state? So these guys here. Right, so we have to wipe out these guys. Okay, fair enough. And then, what is next? This is cool they've given us an endgame goal, though, because I really would have had no idea. We have to control the Kingdom of Wallachia and Hungary, and we have to form Carpathia, and we have to have a round size greater than or equal to 100. There's our endgame goal right there. Very cool. Okay, so we can learn all sorts of different bonus little stats and traits here, all of the sorts of skills. We change Mortal Influence approach. Okay, conditions, capital. That's great to know. Enter the Torpor. We've got Mass Ghoul and Mass Embrace. So use Vampiric Blood to create a squad of ghoulish warriors. This will raise your bloodthirst. I wonder if that's like a retinue or something like that, perhaps. Then we've got Compose a book and Search for Smith, the usual CK2 stuff. Very cool. Now, as a count, we haven't got to worry about the technology system yet. I did that very specifically so that we would learn one thing at a time here. We've also got lots of societies, too. Oh, shit. Wow, look at this. Via Mutationis. Those who become seekers live lonely, introverted lives as they discover their own capabilities. I can't read today. So this is the Hermetic Society. Choose Hermetic Art, write Magnum Opus. And then there's also Mind's Bulwark, complete a journey with a powerful artifact. I'm in. We've also got access to this society as well. Derek Lilt, the guy who works down at my local co-op. Most cults break Lilith down into a fundamental principles, depending creation. Okay, what is this society then? Diplomacy +1, restore humanity, attempt to get close to your human self. Oh, wow. Complete your journey to... Whoa, okay, so there's something... That seems weird. Okay, well, we'll check out, obviously, a lot of these as we go. Then there's all the various different... I assume these are clans specifically for... or I should say societies for specific vampire clans there. So our one is almost certainly this one, right? Let's go for it. I'm going to immediately join them. Do you wish to join the society? You know what? I think I do. Absolutely. So then on the religion tab, we also have our holy sites. We've got Constantinople, Krakow, Yuriev, Pinsk, and Targovista, something like that. There's our head of dynasty, and we can see our exposure as well. So we have to keep our progeny in line so that we don't accidentally unveil that we're all secretly vampires. Though with a face like that, I'm not entirely sure how you keep that a secret. Okay, so where the hell do we even start? I have really no clue. Obviously, by scheming, plotting, that type of thing to start off with, that certainly couldn't hurt. Can we just, like... There was... here we go. Attack Elder. Definitely not going to do that. Gain favor. Gain friendship. So we can actually plot to try and sway, I guess, before sway and antagonize was a thing. Very cool. Try and steal their artifact, too. We've got Fey Blood. What the hell is Fey Blood? Blood the creature of the Fey. How it's acquired, none can say. As Fey are magical clouds in the mind. As Fey magic clouds the mind. Okay, got it. Intoxicating effect on a vampire as well as a mind-expanding effect. Okay, cool. No idea what that does, but that's interesting. Wow, I have no idea where to start here then, team. So learning skills, I think, should be a sensible start. Use the horrid discipline of the Tzimisce to alter your appearance. Why not? Let's do it. With the use of vicissitude, you have altered your facial features and become more attractive. Oh shit, wow. Soul is just another bit of clay to be twisted between your fingers. We immediately gain attractive. We lose 1 masquerade exposure as well. There we go. So we have become a lovely human-looking fella, but it has cost us some blood there, so we didn't go out and hunt, but it's lowered our masquerade. Very cool. Oh, this is a really, really nice system. I don't recall this actually being in place when I last played this mod, but that's a really, really awesome way to track that. Like, props to the mods there. Okay, fair enough. What do we do then? So, invoke vigor, so that gives us masquerade exposure, but we gain personal combat. Invoke celerity, again gives us... Oh, so a lot of these I imagine do then. There's prestige, but we gain some skills. So we need to build up our prestige. That seems like a first good port of call to ensure that we can gain all these various skills, even if we don't want to use them, because the whole masquerade exposure would be good just to have another string to our bow, huh? So, choose prey. Choosing your predator type defines our primary prey and the way you hunt. You can change as time goes on. Okay, fair enough. A vampire is the predator of night. The way I hunt may help me develop other skills and abilities. I stalk my chosen prey may also impact how well I keep the traditions of the Silence of Blood, the masquerade. What do we feed? You hunger for the blood of humans. This leads to more questions. You prefer to feed on animals. It's no more harmful than kin eating a steak. Okay. Oh, we've got kindred. We could drink from vampires. That seems like something if you maybe had super high personal combat or were a bit more skilled than us right now. I feel like animals is probably the safest bet to start off with, huh? Particularly as we are a very weak, very, very new vampire. So, animals, we're going to go for it. No. You're not going to make me kill a puppy. That's barbaric. You only feed from animals. Your hunger constantly gnaws at you, but you've not killed a single human being so far. Perhaps that one time. You intend to keep it that way. You have a dog you can feed on tonight. It's sort of like borscht. Oh, shit. Predator-type farmer. Giving stewardship +1. We gain kind and animalism 1. We lose 2 mass grade exposure because we'll also feed... I think, for the time being, let's drop to the innocent. Oh... I can't believe I just ate a dog, you poor thing. I guess we could lower our mass grade down as much as possible, then risk some of the other mechanics. It's probably the sensible way. Let's do it. Goodbye, little pup. Oh, we also just drained it, I guess, rather than actually killed it dead. Okay, interesting. That's a cool mechanic as well. Let's go for base CK2. What's the point of getting married? I guess we can't get married? I guess it's kind of unnecessary, huh? Are there any married vampires at all? Oh, there are married vampires. Although this guy is married to a random lowborn woman who worships a werewolf. Okay, let's take a look around. What about the courts of love? If anyone's going to... Okay, so you can get married. The only thing I was thinking of the reason to be married is, of course, it adds to the state stewardship. There isn't any potential yet. I guess we could present debutante or something like that, convert a human to a vampire. We'll worry about that later on. What should we pick for ambition then? Groom and heir, completely pointless. We're infertile. Build a war chest might not be a bad idea. Or what about acquire title? Because that gives 200 prestige. That will allow us to learn a new vampiric skill. King of Pollen would be awesome, but of course that one becomes locked in place when we take it, so we'll avoid that one for the time being. Create a treasury. That might not be too bad either. We also gain a stewardship permanently from that one. I feel like acquire title seems like the safest bet, because that's what we want to do anyway, right? So we kind of killed 2 birds with 1 stone with that one. Choose a focus. We've got to do intrigue, right? Intrigue, start spying on our liege, something like that. Try and build up our skills somewhat. I imagine becoming What's the name of the trait you get when you complete the intrigue education? Whatever that is. The master schemer. There we go. Get a master schemer early on would be a fantastic first idea. So I think we'll roll with that one. I think traits are relatively... Oh, what are these? Are you guys werewolves? They actually are. Okay, we've got a load of werewolves at court. We've got a wraith, fatalism, Moliate. Moliate? I have no idea. And there's also this person as well. Dorinta Corterian, 7th generation. Is this the person we replaced probably because we made 8? Yeah, it absolutely is. So... this is someone we might want to keep around, and it might be someone we end up the plague. Oh, I was going to say we might want to eat them at some stage, but maybe not in that case. Frame per exile, bloodbind. Count sneak in his back as we'll look for any means to get them bloodbound. What does bloodbinding do to exactly? I don't know what that means, so I'm not gonna pursue them. We can of course duel them if we feel like it, but that seems like it's a fairly unsafe bet. If there was a warrior lodge we could join, that would be kind of ideal. Build up a personal combat skill a little bit. Let's just take a look at some of our expansion plans here. Now, I mean, obviously we can use border disputes here for 100 loyalty, which is piety and personal wealth as well. That's actually not too difficult at all to come across, or at least in the base game. It might be slightly different here, but that shouldn't be too difficult to come across anyway. And again, because even though we are an incredibly weak vampire, our natural skill set from when we were a human gives us some nice little bonuses against them. So even though they are 7th generation here, we do have the better martial. We just don't want to end up in a battlefield duel against this guy, because I think they probably rip us apart. So let's take a look at the building system then, because that's the next thing that is quite significant. So we build buildings out of, that is the loyalty factor, isn't it? So those require all sorts of, influence. Temple Guard Sergeant gives garrison size light infantry. Bribe Temple Guard. So we get technology spread rate. What about cash? Is cash even important? I have really no idea. We do need to upgrade some buildings, but yeah, if these are prestige and these ones are piety, I guess it's not really that important after all, huh? I have no idea how we're going to come across money. I guess trade routes, things like that. Oh, enclaves? Interesting. Still need to be on a trade post, though, so for the time being, we won't worry about that too much. So what I've also done is marked our society thing. So, right, theorem paper require ingredients as well. I thought that'd be kind of necessary. It's a good way to build up prestige early on, too, writing a successful theorem paper. Acquiring ingredients, we could go and hunt for some animal parts, seeing as you're kind of doing that anyway, given our vampire orientation, I guess is the right way to say it. Our feeding orientation, whatever you want to call it. Predator site, there we are. I face the daunting task of researching and writing an entire theorem paper. Sure, because of our high intrigue, I think I'm going to do it. Normally I would go for the safer diplomacy skill, but let's go for it. Let's copy from others around me. You can also compose a book too, which as I recall gives you a nice chunk of prestige when you finish it. What do I want to write about? Intricacies of relationships. An intrigue book on top of what we've already got just for the flat plot power increase would be fantastic. So I'm going to hope that we end up getting something like that. It'll obviously take about 10 years to write, but it's not such a big deal. The esteemed Seeker Sneak, my god, that's hard to say, having spent ample time considering your paper's worth, I've decided not to endorse your work. Fuck you too. A hideous, horrible vampire with 39. Wow. They've somehow increased their own masquerade there by 5%. I guess it was probably taking on this war form didn't help. How dare she not good enough? Oh, no. Okay. Oh, there's one. Okay. 1 of 5, 2 of 5. Come on. 3 of 5. I think that means we're good, right? because we got the majority want it accepted into the order. There we go. 75 prestige as well. So that's going to be our way to learning some of these additional vampire skill sets. What was it? We need like 300, 400, 200. Oh, it depends on the skill then. Right, interesting. So maybe we should save up the 400 to go for one of these more powerful ones earlier on. Instruments and tomes I had gathered for my studies of secrets behind the stars have finally arrived. Lenses of different shapes and sizes together with dusty old tomes. I was thinking as well, could be persuaded to play Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines on the second channel, depending on how... depending on people are obviously interested. If it'll help me learn the mod, that would help out quite a lot, just to understand the different various clans and powers and whatever else. Making time that landowners and traders are paying their taxes in timely fashion is a consuming task. So this is all to do with our Hermetic Society. Normally in the base game I would skip over this, but given that we haven't really got any other inroads right now into power, weirdly enough, this seems like a pretty good thing to stick with. So what's wealth compared to knowledge? We lose 25 gold and 1 stewardship. That's quite significant. Some duties come and neglect. We only lose 15 gold. God, it's an expensive event, isn't it? I have to keep going. We're going to keep going until we're pretty much guaranteed success with this one. So mutation is the stat, right? Yeah, mutation 383. Right, okay. I was like, oh, that sounds really cool. Maybe we can do something with that. No, it is just the society currency. After many nights observing the skies, I've started charting the patterns of stars. Keep going. So what other powers do we have here? We've got right up there on paper. Knowledge is power. Must make time to continue. Oh, that's cool. Okay, that's a new one. And then we also have eudaimonia and perform scrying from the second rank, very similar to the base game. Spiritcraft gives us nothing, and then Mindbender gives us that Mind's Bulwark, which is what I'm really after right now. Ooh, charitable or greedy? I think we've almost got to go for greedy, haven't we? Especially as we've immediately lost cash here. It's only a 10% tax modifier, but I'll take it. We've got enough diplomacy to also take the cost too. Satisfied with your progress and conclude your research, letting your mission come to an end. Did we pass? That's the real question. We failed. We failed, but we gained some mutation out of it, so I can't complain too much. It did cost us 15 gold, though. Wow, that was quick. Let's summon some demons. Fuck it, why not? The time for the ritual has come, and your order is congregated in a spacious room. Something an entity touches your soul, though you cannot perceive it. It senses other in your mind's eye. Must be the divine being. So... secrets hidden throughout the world, I feel, is the most appropriate right now. It's like what sun is stewardship. I never remember the order. Sun is stewardship, stars is learning. No, gods is learning, stars is something. I don't remember. Secrets hidden throughout the world seems the most appropriate, though. I feel like we're helped out by a proper office of alchemy. We definitely can't afford this, but we're getting a lot of missions very early on. Intrigue -1. Thanks. That was worth wasting my gallbladder. That was my own gallbladder too. Right. So this is generally quite expensive, isn't it? 50 gold. Holy shit. And if we've got nowhere to make cash, it's going to be difficult. We can raid. Hang on. We've got the easiest way to make cash. Okay. Raise my boys. Let's do it. So let's just go and launch some very quick and simple raids against our neighbors then. By these guys here. You got any gold for me? Well, you will have in a second. They got 40 gold. Ideally, we probably want to burn places down. We're not looting. Why are we not looting? What are the limitations to raiding then? Infidel neighbors for loot. He is... right, my bad. What about you, then? You are definitely an infidel neighbor. Take him out. Nothing. Am I doing something wrong? Have I forgotten how to raid in CK2? Must be something else. Well, it's not much, but we just looted about 2 gold there. Well done, team. Probably cost us more in bloody upkeep. Okay, we're very limited in who we can raid, because these guys are... I still don't know why we can't raid these guys, to be honest. Oh, now we can. Reasons. Exactly reasons. I have no idea why. Okay, so we need a slightly larger army before we can get anything out of this, so we'll just have to sort of take whatever few coins we can here. Is that America? We'll have to take whatever few coins we can here and there when they become available to us. Is there any way to make money from the Hermetic Society? Not as far as I recall. What about one of these skills? It's got to be like Vampire Alchemy or something, right? Heightened Senses, Faster Than Any Mortal, Touch of Shadows, Toughness, Strength of Many Men. Inherent magical powers. Okay, thaumaturgy seems like it could be something useful. Vicissitude is obviously what we've learned to transform ourselves there. Okay, so we need to find ways to make money pretty early on. That needs to be a mystery that hopefully I can solve relatively soon, because that way we can also build up our troops. I guess with prestige as well. We just need a small amount more troops, then we can actually burn places down and obviously get a much bigger gold amount out of it. There's a way in there. We just got to wait a little bit longer. We can rank up already. Nice. We can't afford the lab, but we can always save it for a future mission. That won't disappear just because we rank up or anything like that. There we go. It's my privilege. Thank you. So this one gave us something, right? Knowledge is power. Must make time to continue my research. I wonder what that does. There it is. Must make time to continue my research. Okay, I'm going to click it. The beast has been roaring inside me lately. I can use my commitment to my road to focus myself and hopefully get some much needed clarity of mind. We're just getting Scholar and 250. Oh, very nice. Wow, that's a very, very powerful little bonus then. Scholar helped out with certain Hermetic Society events, unless they haven't changed it, of course. So that's very, very significant. So right, another theorem paper then. High Intrigue will just be a bit sneaky about that. Oh, now I do vaguely remember this from when we played last time. Your networks of informants keep you abreast of important information and events with reports from time to time. They inform you recently of a theologian. I just can't read anything in this mod. I don't know whether am I losing my mind? Is it weirdly written? I don't know. Their name, Elizabeth, is on the tongue of both mortals and vampires in the region. There is significant kindred interest in siring them. So this is a remarkable human, someone who is beyond your regular cut. Maybe similar to our own character in certain ways. Mortal, she is canon. She is a great person. I mean, that's surely a matter of opinion. She's attractive, quick, sane. Okay. Walk the mortal life on a path to sainthood. Use a gold to pursue them, or send a ghoul to lure them. We don't have any gold, so I'm going to use gold to see if we can... see if we can convince her. This would be a little, like a nice little bonus there. Maybe a potential wife there too. What the hell is that? That is horrendous. Some of the portraits in this are really, really well done. I noticed that there was like, what's the other one? The Sea of Nod. This guy's also really creepy. There's so many good portrait works. Like, as well down in, was it Egypt? They had like a proper pharaoh look to them. Very nice. I'll send it out at once. Sure, I'm sure we won't fail now that we've got Scholar as well. Not good enough. I fucking shouldn't have said anything. Damn it, someone else got her. Oh shit, this fella. Yeah, okay, so this is the guy we have to try and destroy, remember? This guy got her instead. That's annoying. Okay. Failed to maneuver your way into embracing her. I guess we didn't really stand a chance, did we? Oh, but she's... What's happened to her now? Pause? She's disappeared. Fight to court. She's not accept your offer. Buy a favor. She's not a landed woman. Is she a courtier? She's not a courtier. Let's mark her as special interest. I feel like we could... 94% chance to kidnap. She was... vampired, but maybe she was the one that got her then. Right, I see. Okay. I'm still going to try and kidnap her. Maybe we can do something with her when we actually do bring her to court. Can we like Diablerize her? What is she? She's level 7th generation. I don't know. We'll see what we do with this. We might as well launch a plot, huh? For the heroic Count Sneak, blessing upon you in your house. You want to make me your herald? I don't know what a herald is, I'll be honest. Diplomat. Fair enough. Okay, that seems reasonable. We're on a council now, which gives us bonus to plot power and whatever else. We could spy on her directly. Spy on her with that button or this button. I assume they're the same button. Let's just do it. Okay, we might as well find out something about her. See if we can blackmail our way onto the council, or it even very rarely gives you opportunity to kill her dead. So that could be fairly interesting, or maybe even kidnap her. You found nothing new about her. We can make something up. No, let's stick to something real for the time being. Lustful or chase? That's a good question. Intrigue +1. I mean, that's fine. Obviously, the fertility is completely irrelevant, or chase gives learning. I think I'll go with we actually got it. Very nice. Holy shit, that's a really nice little bonus to intrigue for free, essentially. So that works out quite well. She's plotting to revoke the county. We can reveal the plot. We'll do it. I don't think it'll really help out too much. It was against this guy here, right? So that's not really going to help out at all for us, but hey, why not throw a spanner in the works where we can? So we have 155% plot power to kidnap this person now. Let's hope we pull it off. I have no idea how we're gonna do it. She's got so many traits already. Maybe I accidentally what was that? It said call it off rather than... So that was the plot firing, but I guess we just don't have the means to do it yet. Try and gain her friendship. What is Bloodbind as well? I don't know what that is. Why don't we Bloodbind her instead? Maybe that'll work. There's another one. Oh my god, there's another one. Invite to court. No. Okay, can't do it. False religion-based reluctance. Whatever. Kidnap him. Let's grab him early. Maybe that'll be a way to do it. Send a ghoul to them. We don't have a ghoul. We could try both. Why don't we set up a ghoul then? Is there someone in our court I could ghoulify? You are a mortal. Guess what? Not for long, you're not my friend. Ghoul him. Yeah, we now have Bloodthirst, that's okay, but he is now a ghoul. So let's mark him a special interest. Let's send some gold, and can we also send a ghoul? Didn't work, okay. We've done it. Oh, shit, wow. Okay, that was unexpected. Your hunger grows, we have severe bloodthirst, but we actually managed to get this guy. Holy shit. Herman von Salza Ingeround of course, our noble house there. Holy shit, we actually got one of the event spawn guys. Cannon, strong, crusader. No idea who this fella is, but that seems very, very cool. I think we will mark him as our heir then. That seems like a safe bet. Though we could end up killing instead. We've got higher intrigue than him, so I think we just got to rely on that to some extent. That's nice. That's very cool. Oh my god, what the hell are you? It might be more. Ooh, hang on a minute. Now that I've looked at you properly, my god. Those bulging eyes and that jutting chin, plural? I have no idea. Yes, we love her. Count Sneak falls in love. This random weak woman. She's 9th generation, though, so she's much more powerful than us. Invite to court. Join us. And we'll marry her. Why not? Let's marry her. She's got 10 stewardship and 13 diplomacy. Better than nothing. We should probably find someone with high intrigue, but not as high as ours, so they can't kill us, but so they will at least be of some help there. And hey, free prestige. I'll take it. Nice. So I've noticed one thing we need for our capital before we can do anything else is we should get this influence temple guard. All of the other buildings require this as a prerequisite. So once we've done that one, we can spend our piety on building one of these ones. So ghoul temple guard gives like infantry plus 100. That seems good for raiding reasons. Give me that. Oh, did you see that werewolf that walked past? They used to just T-pose, but now they're actually animated, sort of. They kind of walk like a crab, but that's okay. They look a bit more uncanny and like lumbersome that way, though. Okay. Oh, interesting. The hell is this? While walking down the corridor, a local peasant runs up to me with panic in his eyes. I came here to ask for aid since some of my sheep got killed by wild animals, but I just need to get out of here. I've already paid a dozen fees and been stuck in different rooms for hours. Please help my poor soul. We can put Florin in prison for his bureaucratic scheme, our herald, another werewolf, or we can let it skip for now. Let it slip for now. We lose the local tax, but he gains opinion. I don't know. I really don't know. Is this very similar to the council's abusing office in the base game? You can exile him if we took him in prison and get some gold out of it. I might just do that. Banish him. Seen as tyrannical. What? But he broke the rules. Train him. He's a werewolf? Embrace werewolf. What does that do, though? Into a terrifying vampire-werewolf hybrid. More often than not, however, it will only result in his death. I'm up for it. We gain 3 masquerade exposure. Do it. It failed. He died. That's my plan, though. I want one of these vampire werewolf. Could we even play as a vampire werewolf hybrid? Make them one of our heirs? I wonder what bonuses that would confer to us. How do I wish to mentor my beautiful baby boy, Herman? Do I wish to mentor? Of course I do. Of course I want to mentor Herman. I love the fact that he's already basically better than us, just because he spawns in with these extra abilities that we obviously don't have. That's cool, though. 13th generation. Very young. So how far can that go? What happens when we play... I wonder how many traits they've actually made, or whether 13th generation is the maximum? 12th? 13th? Again, how far will that go? Because they can't have made, like, 25 different vampiric generations, surely. Anyway, that's something cool to find out, I guess, as we play along here. Thank you all for watching. This is going to take me a few episodes to obviously get into the setting, especially get into the mechanics as well. If you've got any hints, tips, especially for money making, because I can't really see a way in right now besides just raiding, to be honest with you. Not that it seems that important, given that we've got the piety and the prestige now as an expendable tool instead. But yeah, again, let me know if you've significant experience with this mod. Feel free to hit me up on Discord as well if you want a bit more of a prolonged conversation rather than a YouTube comment section garbage back and forth. Thank you to the insane top tier level patrons making the series possible in the first place. Thank you to Alchemia, Anthony Gawley, Asuna Kirito, Moses, Average Game 419, Bacon Kitten, Belek Strongbow, Ben Hofflin, Chesty, Croesus, Chris, Derek, DKO, Donald, Facuna Vasquez, Gogolus, Harik, Harry McGowan, Iguana Squad, James Shea, Jonah Waters, Justin Wallace, Caden Carter, Michael Mullen, Norstrus, Necrofelon, Pelvis Presley, Rodin, Scott, Scan, Slippinips, Somnus, Shay, The One Ring, Tom Terror 18, Tyler Kendall, Turner McClan, Vacuous Backers, Farragon, and William Green. Thank you all for your support at the insane tier levels on Patreon. Thank you for making the channel possible in the first place. It's much appreciated. Thank you as well to Uwu Daddy, Astro, Adam Person, Adrian Ellison, Alex Bogard, Andrew Walsh, Andrew Wilson, Anka, Astro, Attila, Betimus Max, Better Valerian, Blood for the Blood God, Brittany Lee, Buen Gun, Chris, Corgi Circus, Dapper Go, Don, Dunk207, Emerald Beam, Foosh, Gabriel Van Ders, Gaz, Genji Circa, Gothamo, Grey, Hajidamar, I Am Sagater, Icy the Great, Irotha, Jackson P, Jay Lara, Jacob Wolfie, Jason Sushu, Jose, Jeebus Crust, Duran DeVries, Jessica Smith, Jobs Lucky Sister, Jilly Vondel, Joseph Beard, Justin Plock, Justin Rules, Justin Walters, Kevin Saunders, Lepus, Llewellyn Thomas, Luke Wallace, Manuel Bossich, Mustolp, Monty, Mosu Sampson, Munda Difflin, My Name Isn't Dio, Nathaniel Lundberg, Nick, Olivia Kaiser, Organised Confusion, Pan Samu, Panther Pearl, Peyton Denisar, Kamar Ishmael, Right Ace, Roshan Olgart, Billionaire, Ryan Hooper, Sam Kia, Scaps, Shardul, Smirtworm, Silkworm, Smooth Octopus, Socrates, Super Nanny 089, Sweet Tea, Talar, Tony Laban, Volta, Voodoo Mumbo, Void Prince Cuba, Will Wade, Wilson Atef, Yellow 4, Yorkus, Zach, and Zetlock 2. Thank you all for your support. See you guys all tomorrow for some more vampires. Blah. Blah. Blah.